Welcome back to Dantooine. The atmospheric sensors are apparently in this cave.
I don't know about that.
You don't know about what? The sensors?
They are vitally important pieces of equipment on tectonically or environmentally unstable regions. But do you really need atmospheric sensors on Dantooine?
Can you examine one of them?
I'll have this open in no time. Child's play.
Well done. Good work. Alright, so I got some influence on... from that. Okay, I will remove him and... actually, maybe I just remove HK. Alright. Mira, maybe. Koto? Yeah, as if. He's not gonna react well to this, to what I'm about to do. There might be an influence opportunity with Mira. Not that I necessarily need it.
I don't suppose you found any of those atmospheric sensors? That's great news. My offer still stands. I'll pay you 3,000 credits for all of them.
Not so fast. We found a little surprise inside of them.
I was afraid of that. So, how do we do this, then?
I'm sure why is there surveillance equipment in the sensor?
We were picking up off-world transmissions between the mercenaries and someone, we don't know who. We know that the mercs are up to something, we just don't know what. We set those atmospheric sensors up to gather information. Now you know why we need those sensors. I'll pay you 5,000 credits for all 3 of them. That's about all we can afford. You make money and help us out at the same time. What do you say?
You need the credits more than me. Color 3,000.
Yeah, that's admirable of you. Thank you. I'll get this back to Zeron when I get back to Kunda.
Well, that's not something you see every day. Guess they can't take the Jedi out of the exile, can they?
If it was my choice.
Well, whatever. We better keep moving. Didn't mean to waste your time talking.
And that right there is why I did that. 2,000 credits versus influence with her. Yeah, I'll take the influence. And I think I am going to go... Should I take both of them? Potentially. Maybe. And Korban is not the world you earn influence on. But do I really want to take both of these guys with me? In truth, I think I might want to go back to Kunda just to turn things in. That way, the academy's there anyway. That way I can get the credits for it. Okay.
It's you again. Well, you know who I am. I figure you've got a reason for coming back. You want something? I'll tell you what I tell all those grubby salvagers. No body, no claim. I'm no longer even looking at wills or credit notes, and if you think that's gruesome, then go space yourself.
I'll look for the salvagers' bodies then.
The Enclave sublevel is dangerous. I'd stay out of there if I were you. Going after those bodies isn't worth it. You want something?
I cleared out the Kinrath cave.
So you did. Here's the credits I told you about. Even with the caves cleared, I imagine it'll take some time before the Kinrath aren't on the plains. That was very helpful of you. You've saved some lives today. You want something?
Alright, time to go back to the academy. Maybe I should just find a workbench and upgrade my lightsaber. Maybe. I'll remove Goto actually, I doubt he'll appreciate what I'm going to do here. Yeah, I'll take visas. Now it's interesting because most of the vast majority of the game you don't actually fight against Jedi. Or Dark Jedi or Sith, whatever. Oh great, these clowns.
Diagnostic? For some reason, I cannot fire. Obvious statement. This was not a lot.
I shall
Oh, that was fairly easy. Let's talk with HK.
Query. Is there... Statement. Ah, yes. Them. Very well. Recitation. I believe it is a passive tracking device designed to relay our position to HK units in the area. Answer. Master, I have a suspicion all we need to do is wait. They will come to us, I believe. Answer. Then their base of operations will remain a secret, and we will be no better off than we were before. Statement. What of them? Query. Statement. Master, that...
What is this?
Who are we missing? We're one off.
We're missing Joran. I don't see Joran.
That runt of a Cathhound, he's the one with the backpack. Did anybody grab anything from the room? Anybody? What do you want?
What's the problem?
I managed to get this sad lot of salvagers to work together. Then we get 2 rooms into the sub-level, and we get swarmed by Lagrex. And even then we fight our way out. But of course the only one that managed to grab the salvage is still in there. I don't even know why I bothered.
What can you tell me about them?
Nothing. Find out for yourself. I'm not interested in training the competition. Now, if you don't mind, we're going someplace you can't eavesdrop on us, and get down to our business.
A weakness is revealed. Soon you shall know pain. A weakness is revealed.
Okay.
A weakness is revealed.
Alright, the calf hounds are dead. Time to go in. I just cleared them out for experience. I am level 20 pretty much. 5 levels in Weapon Master, 15 levels in Sentinel. I'll eventually get dual wield because it's very useful with the class I have.
Combat mode.
They're giant bugs.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Is someone out there? Anybody? Help! Lagrix are everywhere! Help me! I'm trapped in here!
Could you open the
I
door?
could. But if there's another one of those damn beasts out there, I'll stay put.
Are you Joran?
Yes I am. I locked the door in here. I thought I was gonna be Lagrek compost. Did you take care of him, stranger?
The Lagrix are dead.
You must be fierce with a blaster, then. Give me a moment. I sort of jammed the door a bit. Just don't leave.
Thanks for saving me. I thought those Lagrex had me for sure.
Do you know anything about the thief?
All of us salvagers know about that. I'd ask Derala, though. She's talked with the militia the most about it. If you ask me, the thief isn't human. It's one of those smart Lagrex.
Did you find anything down here?
No, I didn't get anything. Now I'd just like to leave.
I know you found something.
Fine. I did grab a couple of things from the room we were in, but it's just Jedi garbage.
Why we were down here if it's so dangerous?
All the easy pickings have been picked. Now everything that's worth more than a glass of Juma juice is long gone. So this level is about the only place that's left. And as you might have noticed, it's very dangerous down here. Almost nobody's managed to get anything from down here. Not that it matters.
Almost nobody. Who's the almost?
There was a group that managed to get in and got one of the biggest hauls ever. Tapele said we could do that too, but they were a damn sight more organized than we were. And they've caused more problems dead than they ever did alive.
How can dead people cause problems?
Well, since every last one of them is dead, their find is sitting in the militia's headquarters. That's one of the biggest claims ever, and they won't give it to nobody. So people keep saying that they were owed by the dead salvagers, or that they're related. But Zeron isn't an idiot. The only thing he's gonna believe is a will. And after some tried to pass less than authentic ones off on him, now he'll only take a will and their personal effects.
Darala had me looking for their bodies.
She was playing you for a fool. No doubt she'd like to find those bodies. That, plus a conveniently worded will, and she'd make a pile of credits.
Her deceit won't gain her anything.
Probably not since you know the truth. Unless you're willing to make a fake will, though, the truth won't help. You look like the type of moron that'll just turn it into Zeron. That may be the right thing to do, but it don't make it the smart thing. They were the first to really get anything from this damn level. They were so confident they went right back in. A bunch of us salvagers waited by the entrance. Only 2 of the 4 came back, and 1 died right away from his wounds. The other man was gonna be rich, but then he picked a fight with Garavik. It wasn't much of a fight, and there was no one left. And that's the whole problem. Certainly. Just don't take too long. I don't know how long before those beasts come back. Listen, I didn't ask for your help. I appreciate it, but I don't owe you anything.
You owe me. I can make life difficult for you.
Here I was thinking you might be a nice one. No need for threats. I don't have much to give, but... Alright, here's 300 credits. Is that enough of a reward for you? Can I go now?
I like more of a reward.
I don't have any more credits on me. That's really all I have. I didn't find a single thing. I just want to get out of this pit.
I want those.
There's no way I'm going to give those to you. I risked my life for those. I've given you all the credits I got, but I earned what I found.
I want what you found. That isn't negotiable.
Of course it's negotiable. It's mine and not yours. And I say take a short trip out an airlock without a spacesuit.
Yeah, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. Either way, I'm getting.
I'm not giving you my find.
Optimal activity. The ratio achieved.
Well,
It is strange. As you acted, suddenly I acted. It is like we were fighting in tandem as a force bond. Though I do not feel the same connection. Your impulse to kill, to attack that one, I felt it mirrored in me. It was a strange sensation. It was as if I had no choice in the matter.
force bonds.
Yes, that bond that develops between master and their apprentice. Or between those that feel the force. Traumatic moments can bind. Just as proximity and slow growth may bind as well.
We always have a choice, and you made the right one.
Perhaps. Nevertheless, the impulse was strong. Yes, that bond...
You know, I killed him for influence with HK, but...
Is someone else?
Okay.
No. And so the them no. There's no way I'm gonna. Now I hadn't thought of that. We could arrange something like that. That would work. I managed to grab 3 things. One's some sort of crystal, and the other looks like parts. For a lightsaber, maybe, I don't know. If you give me 1,300 credits, you can have it all. Now, that'll be enough for me to get off this rock. No returns on this. You're stuck with what you buy. Oh, it doesn't work that way. Maybe it's worth a lot more than 1,300 credits and you make off real good. Maybe it's a lot less and I make off real good. You can buy it from me here or at the salvager camp. I'll hold on to it for you. I owe you that much at least. Just don't take too long. I'll hold on to it.
Maybe I should just remove visas and add Goto. I probably can't do that here now. Our force bond nonsense is what really got me into that mess to begin with. I don't need to know about force bonds at the moment, and my influence with her is maxed out. I'm just bringing her for the sake of combat here. Alright, I'm gonna get Goto. Oh, I'm killing that guy, though. Just to be clear on this.
Is someone...
Thank... All... It's complicated. They're not always too smart. Just sometimes. I'm not making this up. I've heard they've locked doors and even thrown grenades at people. Grenades! It's all we them. Oh, and but they only it was so the only thing them it was no. Oh, I'm not giving.
Such acts are effective and often needed.
Yes. I suppose they are. Okay, good. Actually, I'm gonna go back. The giant bugs are a bit of a problem, aren't they? Giant council room. Mines.
Ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
What's this?
My Legrex! You've killed them! They're my pets!
Are you the thief that Soldier was complaining about?
I'm not a thief! People give to the Jedi in exchange for service. They were just giving.
Your pets are killing people.
They only attack the bad people. The salvagers, the thieves. This place is for Jedi. They aren't Jedi, they have to leave.
I sense you have a connection to the Force.
I am a Padawan. And one day I will learn enough to be a Jedi.
As you might imagine, this isn't the voice acting that Obsidian recorded. How did the Padawan wind up here?
I was studying here when Darth Malak and the Sith came. I was outside the Enclave when my master left me at the Mandalay estate. Shen protected me. But the Sith came asking questions. All the Mandalays died. But I hid. Even when the estate was burning, I hid. So I hide. I'm hiding until my master returns.
These are difficult times. I was a Jedi once as well.
You were? I had no idea. You aren't anymore? Are there any Jedi left?
There are Jedi around. They're just in hiding.
They are like me. I thought I was alone. Are there any masters?
Someone named Rook came here not too long ago.
I remember him. I sent my Legrex to get him to leave. But he just made my pets stop. I was going to talk to him, but the mercenaries came for him. They never come down here. I was surprised and hid. There was a big fight. They said they were going to take him someplace.
About stealing.
I know that was wrong. I'll stop. I was just trying to get enough credits to eat. But I'll think of something else. Something that doesn't hurt anyone.
You won't bother anyone ever.
I hate you!
Yeah, you can.
Prejudice.
I just want her lightsaber.
Query. That was wonderful, Master. Next time, may I try?
Bad voice acting gets you killed. Well, to be fair, it's fan voice acting, but still. Well, she at least revealed information about Master Rook and what happened to him. All of these computer terminals are disabled.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Nice one, Goto.
Query. Statement. Master, that is a question that has an extremely complicated answer. You see, I do not believe my master knew who he was most of the time, which led to some confusing situations that could have otherwise been avoided.
I'm not sure I understand.
Clarification. Suffice to say that my master had his ups and downs, and in my opinion, traveled from a high point in his life to a low point. He developed qualities such as mercy, compassion, and even love for others. It was really rather revolting. Still, my master had some remarkably efficient droid-like qualities which I admired. He, too, suffered memory problems, as I did.
Memory problems.
Statement. Oh, yes, Master. As indicated upon my reassembly, my central control cluster is damaged, making recalling my previously stored assassination protocols difficult. I hope that over time I shall eventually reach the status and skill I possessed before I was damaged.
What was the last thing you remember?
Recollection. The last thing I remember is having my core wiped from the last 5 years. I believe my master was responsible.
Why?
Answer. Even with my memory impairment, I recall that my master was about to embark on a dangerous journey. Conjecture. I believe there was something about my master's destination that he did not wish me to know.
Are you alright?
Answer. I am somewhat disappointed that my master did not choose to take me along, of course. Wherever my master traveled, destruction and death were assured. Speculation, but I suspect I was not the only one left behind. So there is some satisfaction that the disrespect was spread through the rest of his whiny, simpering meatbag allies.
Whiny.
Statement. Oh, yes. My master had quite the collection of tortured individuals that seemed unable to confront their basic personality conflicts. Let me cite some specific examples. Mockery.
Oh, Master! I do not trust you! I cannot trust you or anyone ever again!
Mockery.
Oh, Master, I love you, but I hate all you stand for. But I think we should go press our slimy, mucus-covered lips together in the cargo hold.
Conclusion. Such pheromone-driven human responses never cease to decrease the charge in my capacitors, and make me wish I could press a blaster pistol to my behavior core and pull the trigger. I am pleased that this does not seem to be the case with your current entourage.
Maybe you should turn your photoreceptors up a little more and pay more attention.
Statement. Yes, well, enough of that painful stroll through what remains of my memories. Was there something else you wish to know? Statement. Master, before you go, I had a question for you.
The next person who prevents me from leaving when I say the conversation is over is going to die. Now let me go or else.
Statement. Yes, Master. My, I must confess, I enjoy it when you are so authoritative and dismissive toward me. It bodes well for your treatment of our enemies. Query. Query. Statement. You... Answer. Even with my memory impairment, I recall that my master was about to embark. Let me cite Mockery.
Oh, Master! I do not trust you! I cannot trust you or anyone ever again!
Mockery.
Oh, Master, I love you, but I hate all you stand for. But I think we should go press our slimy, mucus-covered lips together in the cargo hold.
Conclude. Answer. Why? Because your actions then and now are related, and I feel I need some context. I confess to being somewhat needy that way. Statement. Sometimes, Master, it is difficult for meatbags to step back and gain some perspective on death and its importance in their insignificant lives. Explanation. You see, Master, assassination is such a versatile tool. I have seen the removal of a single target have far-reaching consequences for a nation, world, even a galaxy. The repercussions of even the smallest lives, whether dead or alive, can have profound implications on history. But surely you realize this.
That's a very human perspective.
Statement. Master, please, any comparisons between me and your meatbag status leaves a fluctuating, intermittent charge through my control clusters. I was only trying to bring death and its impact to your attention.
How is that?
Statement. Why your own life, Master? Your single life changed the face of the galaxy, of history itself. Malak 5 was an impressive act of destruction, but its impact on the lives of others in the galaxy was far more extreme. I mean, Master, you brought about the death of the Mandalorian race. I doubt they realize it yet, but you dealt them a blow from which they will never recover.
Don't attempt to justify my actions or yours.
Retort. Oh, Master, I am attempting to justify nothing, merely making an observation. Nothing would change the fact that I derive pleasure from ending the lives of others. I was only trying to bring death and its impact to your attention. Statement. Answer. No, Master. This... Answer. No, Master. The Sith had many hidden bases in theory. Twi'lek metaphor.
Before you asked if I was the one who served in the Mandalorian's wars.
Observation. Well, Master, I was not at Malak 5 during your near-genocidal reaction to the Mandalorian threat, but I feel that I may have been constructed as a result of that.
Care to explain?
Observation. I believe that Revan determined that mass slaughter on such a scale may no longer be needed to achieve his aims. So perhaps you are responsible for my creation.
So you were you created on Malak 5?
Answer. No, Master. I was constructed shortly after the beginning of the Jedi Civil War.
Which targets were you assigned?
Answer. Well, Master, unless you were operating on my central control cluster, I would be somewhat hesitant to discuss my targets, but I suppose it could do no harm. During the Jedi Civil War, I was responsible for certain strategic targets. For some reason, Revan did not feel that the Republic presented much of a military threat. Aside, I am somewhat unclear as to why this was so, but Revan did have a certain biological instinct regarding such things, so I will simply say that there were probably reasons for such an assessment.
Why did Revan consider the Republic not a threat?
Answer. Revan felt the true war was against the Jedi. Observation. It was not something discussed with much of the others, but I think Revan recognized that a single Jedi, both in the past and in the present, could turn the tide of a conflict. So my targets were frequently Jedi, or someone close to a Jedi that could result in their corruption or collapse. Revan often assigned me to kill leaders or supporters of certain Jedi so as to erode their will.
Where did those tactics come from?
Answer. Revan saw the pressures of war on Duxon, and knew that even in the heat of conflict, Jedi could be broken, not physically, but psychologically. Observation. It is a curious thing to assassinate and wound someone's personality, to assassinate them psychologically, and it took me some time to reconcile the acts. I am much more used to their direct approach. Still, I served well and killed many Jedi.
That sounds like Revan was converting Jedi.
Observation. Master, that was the lesson of Malakor. Any Jedi involved in the systematic slaughter on such a scale cannot help but doubt and question themselves.
Revan ordered us to kill Mandalorians and Malakor, not Jedi.
Observation. Master, I do not believe that the Mandalorians were the true target at Malakor. I believe that the intention was to destroy the Jedi, break their will, and make them loyal to Revan. I do not know if you examined the records of the deaths on Malakor, but you cannot escape that many of the Jedi and Republic soldiers who died were not Revan's strongest supporters. Observation. I believe that Revan was cleaning house at Malakor 5. What ones did not die became Revan's allies against the Republic.
I want to know how you killed Jedi in order to protect myself.
Answer. Master, I think that should wait until I am certain of your allegiance and your intentions toward me and the galaxy. I mean, to simply give away trade secrets in such a way? It would be an insult to my protocols.
It sounds like you killed a lot of them.
Answer. Oh, yes, Master. I hope none of them were friends of yours, but really, they had it coming. I do not know when the Jedi ceased to be adherents to their code, but many did not tread cautiously, and many were quite arrogant when facing a droid, as if we were somehow beneath them. It gave certain kills an added pleasure when being underestimated.
You took pleasure in it.
Cautionary. Master, don't take this the wrong way. But in my opinion, a blaster shot to the throat is often the best way of silencing Jedi hypocrisy. I have found many Jedi to be arrogant practitioners of pacifism when it is convenient for them. Also, their tendency to never directly answer a question is rather annoying.
How many did it kill?
Statement. I do not have the exact counts, Master. Since it is difficult to determine who was a Jedi and who was not, it seemed to be largely a matter of perspective. I did kill many soldiers who used techniques in combat that could make them be considered Jedi, although they call themselves Sith. Query. Answer. Master, I think that should wait until I am certain of your allegiance and your intentions. I mean... Query. Answer. Master, I mean to...
So, I'm still not high enough for him. Very well, we go on. The droid assassin. Okay. Strategic assassinations. His possessions are mine.
Assassination protocol. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
There we go.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Assassination protocol. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Switching to combat mode. Prejudice set to maximum. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio
Alright.
achieved.
Battle meditation is useful.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
What is this about? Oh, workbench. Nice. Now this is where flurry can be, because I'm pretty sure every single hit like that can be two lightsabers. Well, but I'm not gonna use that second one for now. Well, I grow tired of using that, so I'll just go with this one. Let the droids patrol the area. Who are you? Well, that's a nice bug in his dialogue.
I am an historian and scientist working for the Republic, although I'm certain my contemporaries would judge me more a historian than scientist.
Tell me about the Republic.
I do not know if you are aware of how fragile the Republic is at the moment. Its influence is stretched thin, and it grows weaker with time.
What happened?
The Jedi Civil War brought much suffering to the galaxy, and the forces that Malak and Revan amassed against us seemed limitless. Many worlds were destroyed, trade routes disrupted, and the Republic fleet was almost decimated. It was almost the end. But at that last year, the year before Revan vanished, Revan's assault on the Republic stopped. No one knows why. But it was all that saved the Republic. The fleet the Sith had amassed was no more, and the remaining Sith turned on each other, destroying the Academy on Korriban. It did not matter. Revan had already won.
What do you mean?
The war was costly, and it shattered the Republic. In time, the Republic might recover, but if a threat strikes now, if certain key worlds are not held, then the Republic will collapse. What else would you like to know?
Do you know what happened to the Jedi?
No. It is something of a mystery why they would exile themselves as they have. It is not the way of the Jedi to vanish in such a way, especially when the Republic is in need of them. I fear that there is something else at work, something that we cannot see. Then again, perhaps the Jedi are hiding simply because so many people hate them these days.
Why do you think people hate the Jedi?
It is difficult sometimes for the Jedi to see such things, since much of it is rooted in human nature, and the Jedi are often removed from events of daily life, insulated. But the reason the Jedi Civil War was named such was because few in the galaxy can recognize the difference between the Sith and the Jedi. To them, they are both Jedi, with different philosophies.
But Jedi have protected the galaxy for centuries. They seek peace and often through sacrifice.
Not always. Jedi often fall. They cause much harm on Onderon, for example, in the name of peace and protection. Uleg Keldroma and Exar Kun, the two Dark Lords during the Sith War many decades ago, were once Jedi Knights, as were Revan and Malak. It is perhaps more amazing that some still trust Jedi after many have fallen and endangered the galaxy. It is also proof that a single Force wielder can change the face of the galaxy. And that is a frightening thing indeed.
Do you hate Jedi?
Hate? No. I do not hate them. They only raise questions without answers. Jedi are not supposed to be like the rest of us. They are supposed to see a higher purpose in all things. And they are supposed to train students responsibly and well, so mistakes of the past are not repeated. Yet all I saw was ignorance and arrogance, and what those seeds created in the Republic. It is difficult to follow the Jedi Code when so few others have, but you know this. Many Jedi defied the Order during the Mandalorian Wars, and it paved the way for the Jedi Civil War.
Do you blame the Jedi who turned? Or the Council?
There is no blame. All must accept. But, at its core, one must wonder if it was the failure of the Jedi teachings, or the teachers themselves. Many of the Jedi Council trained Exar Kun, Ulik, Revan and Malak. How could they not see the danger they posed? And if they could not, perhaps there was some essential part of their teachings that was flawed. Something beyond the Jedi code that they were missing.
Revan and Malak would have received the same training as I did.
I'm not certain you understand what happened with Revan. Do you wish me to explain?
Go on.
Revan was captured in the middle of the Jedi Civil War, due in no small part to his apprentice Malak, who turned on him. Revan was brought before the Jedi Council and put on trial. You must understand that the situation was desperate, and the Jedi needed to know how Revan had amassed the forces arrayed against them. As I understand it, they were able to convince Revan to have a change of heart. Revan helped the Republic defeat Malak. Perhaps in his conversation with the Jedi Masters, they were able to convince him of the rightness of their actions.
Do you know who trained Revan?
Revan had many masters. Zar, Dorak, Master K before K left for the wars. Towards the end of his training, he sought out many to learn techniques. It is said that he returned to his first master at the end of his training, in order to learn how he might best leave the Order. What else would you like to know?
Why do you work for the Republic?
I'm trying to save the Republic. Dantooine and the Jedi Order are instrumental to that effort. Despite the troubles of the Jedi Civil War, there are those among the Republic who still favor the Jedi and wish them to return. And there are admirals within the fleet who recognize that the Jedi must be found if the Republic is to hold together. Yet as long as Onderon remains within the Republic and the efforts on Telos succeed, that is all that matters.
Why Telos and Onderon?
The Republic is fragile right now. Telos is important because its success will determine whether or not the other dead worlds receive the same reconstruction efforts. If Telos is rebuilt and made habitable again, it will affect a string of worlds along the rim.
And Onderon?
Onderon, strangely enough, was unaffected by the Jedi Civil War. It's almost as if Revan didn't want to attack it. Its resources and position on the rim make it a vital supply line and guard post against outer rim attacks. Also, it's the only world in the Republic still capable of seeding ecosystems into other dead worlds. Onderon's wildlife is some of the most aggressive in the known galaxy. Merely placing some of those beasts on target worlds will guarantee their habitation for years to come.
Why is Dantooine important?
Dantooine was one of the few Republic worlds on the Outer Rim. It is why the Republic is attempting to get the settlement up and running. Dantooine is within reach of several other Rim worlds, and the Republic will need it as a resupply post if they are to keep a presence on the Rim.
I want to talk about something.
What else would you like to know?
You look familiar to me.
I imagine in your travels of the galaxy you've seen many people. Faces tend to blur together after a time. What else would you like to know? Before you go, I had a question for you. You came to Dantooine in search of Jedi. Why?
The Sith are awake in the galaxy, and I'm going to need their help to stop them.
If the Sith are rising in the galaxy again, then it is strange the Jedi would not be there to meet them, and that we have not seen more evidence of the Sith.
Trust me, the Sith are out there. They have been hounding me since Peragus.
No, I believe you. I merely find such subtleties among the Sith to be strange. They have been known to practice deception, but in the histories, since the time of the Dark Lords Kun and Keldroma, and Revan and Malak, such subtleties have been rare. In any case, it seems to me like our goals are compatible. If you would have me, I can apply my knowledge and skills to helping you find the answers you seek.
All right. Well, he embraces the dark side. Many people do not.
I am listening.
Alright, he is going to get the Vibro Blade. I'm not gonna use him for a moment. I guess actually the longsword would do just fine for him. For now, at the very least. Okay. A couple of dead mercenaries killed by a lightsaber. Nothing else, though. Okay.
Something you need of me?
I am not leveling him up in any way, shape, or form. Not yet, at any rate. Gonna switch this armor around.
Which one is mine?
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
If the dialogue won't be debugged, I'll have to restart my game. Okay. Costin here, signing out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.